And the next one is about the LGBTQ parade. Now this parade takes place once a year and it's a huge event. I have friends who go because they like it. And I have friends who go because they don't like it. The ones who don't like it say every year it's the same old, same old. Well, I reckon in between the same olds, there are new moods, new sensibilities, new meanings. Last year, I thought it was sort of obscure and blatant at the same time. And it was simple and it was extravagant. This is called, if I can find it, Out with Friends. The LGBTQ parade is beginning. Under the brows of a gathering storm, under the hint of tempests, the paraders are getting together at Central Park, then marching down. Spectators, preparing for a variety of tableaux, are afraid if they look in a diverse direction, they're going to miss an activity outside the vortex of their attention. The beginning is visible. Now we embrace the charge that pulsates in hearts. History strengthens the pulse of the heart, and we feel it now. On 5th Avenue, the top of the parade is at the top of the hill. Dykes and bikes are grinding engines, raising the fists of gender benders. The most energetic raise themselves, 95% off their vehicles. They're going to raise hell past the end of this century. Their haunches are so strong. Oh, in a struggled sudden there's rain as the sun illuminates. A rainbow is taken as a eulogy for the gay man last month shot in the face for walking in an American street, for being lovely, loving, for being young. These showers spit remorse for the lesbian couple over in Europe who perished in a fire when neighbours suggested it might be fun to brutalise their home. And these umbrellas provide no protection against executions happening everywhere. Recently, to male teenage lovers in Iran. Oh, listen to the roar of a band that plays bright as the storm subsides. This band that plays bright has a knife-slender brown cheerleader who with each chuck of his rod gets older, gets tenderer. When he can no longer chuck it, he'll shove it. When he no longer shove it, he'll sing it. When he can't sing it, he'll prance beyond. On 14th Street, 2 sequined males pose in the summer grey flakes. My friend Parker takes photos. I'm positioned between. Look, in this first, I'm a forest huntsman between 2 male does. In this second, I'm a queen between 2 Hawaiian fishermen. In this third, I'm a loose between 2 liquor bar strippers. In this fourth, I'm a candy cardinal between 2 angel prisoners. We blaze in this mishmash. We are not separate. We are festooned. When I was a young homosexual, one of the things I found thrilling was the anonymity. And if we're not talking about anonymous sex, we're talking about immediate sex. I never knew what I was getting into, what appetites I was going to have to accommodate, what vistas of the erotic imagination I was going to find in myself. This is called meeting. there was this encounter, well, meeting, between me, who I've come to recognise as a white guy from England, and a black guy who turned out to be African American, at 11 a.m. in the lower part of New York City on April the 2nd, 2017. As he walked, the black man kept his expensive coat with fur trimming open to display an ambulance man's jacket, a chef's short overall jacket, a dental assistant's coverall jacket. The white material in passing splashed to meet intentions hidden away. "Good morning," he intoned, and I leaned because I am an old tower with weedy flowers, with sprigs in bowers, night-scented stock. Once he passed, it was easy to recognise there'd been the healing of a split, desire for desire, a buzz. "Good morning," he had said. And I continued to the deli, where before going in I wondered, sharp, like an animal experiencing envy, "Good morning? What did he mean?" He passed and stopped, but there was nothing to stop for in between blocks. To the point where he was stationary, I walked back. He was on his cell phone, but the street was convinced he was speaking to nobody. We both had experiences, but not this experience. So don't know what to believe. I come up with, "That is a great tie." Well, indeed, right down his front, the large tie supplied an answer to frustration, for it proved we had brains. "Live near here?" "Yeah," is my answer. "Lead the way."